section, and the section master is Angeline. She answered me, I will stop, turn back, and ask the ghost why he would like to run after me, what he would like to talk to me, and if he is attracted by my beauty. Welcome, Angeline.
So great. Brave Angel. Do you enjoy the meeting tonight so far? Yes. Listen to so many ghost stories, and there are so many ghost hosts. Are you okay right now? But now we have to do the art counter and timer report first. Let's welcome our timer, Tiffany, right? Where should I start? 5 minutes. 50. 50. 60. 5 minutes. 46. 46. 6. Yo-yo. 6 minutes. 57. 57. Lisa. 1 minute. 1 minute. 4. 4. 22. Circle. 6. 6. 50. 50. Charlotte. 3. 3. 28. Wow. Okay. Are they all qualified?
We don't set the minimum
And then?
Table topic.
Table topic.
Jimmy is 140.
40.
Jackie 130.
2 minutes. Sorry. Forster.
Is 149.
Sure.
139.
39. Simon.
159.
59. 59. So many nine.
158.
Which one? This? Okay, it's my time. Where's my script? Okay. Actually, this is my second time joining the theme meeting like the Ghost Festival. The first time is in my university. It's hosted by a group of young men and young girls, and that's very crazy. They didn't turn on the lights at all throughout the meeting. But it's just like again, but it's really successful for us to conduct it as a meeting. We turn the lights on and off, in order to create an effect. So thanks so much for the efforts from Nikki. I find her stand up and sit down again and again for all the speakers. So give her a big applause for this. And today I felt it's just like a dress up show. Everyone, most of us prepare for this event. Starting from our TME. What did he wear? How should I say it? Forms? I also prepared slides to tell us if, for example, take me for example, I haven't heard of that kind of rule. Because of your explanation, I know this rule this time. And also second, what did our president wear? A pair of red and also some makeup on her head. They spent a lot of time to prepare for this meeting. And also I was really impressed by our timer. Do you notice the lights? I feel scared for the first time when Tiffany project the green lights to the floor. At that time, it's Aaron's speech. All the green lights from Aaron's face and also from Tiffany. It's really creative. And I believe all the speakers can see the light very clearly because it's just full of the floors, and you will notice that. It's really a good job for her to prepare for it. And next one is our variety session. Do you enjoy that? Yeah, I think it's very creative, and I think the 12 questions is well designed. My only suggestion is for the time, because there are only 8 to 10 minutes for you, and use at least 5 minutes for the explanation. your explanation is very, very clear that we know
No,
all
not
the
clear.
rule. I think it's clear within 5 minutes. But maybe next time you can shorten the question, the number of questions, actually into 5 questions. Because when we ask questions to our friends, we only pick out the simple ones. So maybe you can shorten it into 5. We can quickly answer it and start our conversation. But it really a good activity for us to discuss, to talk to our friends. I talked to at least 5 friends in the room. Did you talk to at least 5 friends?
No.
It's really good for us to talk to each other in the very beginning. And then next is our 6 speakers. Do you enjoy their speeches and stories? So different from the regular speeches. So that's why make the theme meeting so successful. And I summarize the key to a successful ghost story, a ghost speech. My conclusion is that firstly is the opening. The opening must be very suspicious. But there are different ways to create the feeling of suspicious. Some people create it by slowing down their volume, telling everyone, I'm going to tell a story. A boy or someone is going to happen, something is going to happen. This is one way. And I find another way is that you just tell us a weird truth. A door or riding in a mountain is just a truth, a fact. But you know something will happen after this short story in the beginning. It's also a way to create suspicious feeling in the opening. And then for the body part, I find we can divide it into 2 parts, two kinds of them. First one is to describe it very naturally, just like telling a normal story. And then in the end, give a twist and frighten us. Oh, it's a ghost story. Someone so frightened us. This is one way. And another kind is just tell a story with a low volume and tell us this is a ghost story, something is going to happen. This is another way. I think it's very interesting, and I enjoy both kinds of the story, the description of the story. And the most different part is the ending. Do you notice the ending? And I find several speakers really frightened us during their speech. When I use the toilet, I find members are discussing about the stories. They said, oh, I'm really frightened by that. It's so fearful. Yeah, I think some of them really frightened us. I find the key is that in the ending, several speakers give a really big twist from a ghost story into a positive meaning or ending, or tell us, it's not truth. And when you realize the truth, you will have another explanation of them because they are all our imaginations or our interpretations. This is I really love this kind of way to end the speech. Turn a ghost story into a positive ending so that we can sleep well tonight. It's a dance. And there are also some speeches with other styles, like sharing a lot of movies or stories about ghosts is also very interesting. We cannot find any chance to share this kind of knowledge with each other. So I really enjoy this theme meeting. And for our prepared speeches, I also find the vocal variety is widely used and used in a good job in your speeches. I've noticed all of the speakers use vocal variety in this speech. Some lower their volume, and some mimic the sound of the door or the lamp. On and off, really impressive. So I think everyone did a good job for part of vocal variety. In C7 or C6, I don't think all the speakers focused so much on it, but today everyone focused on it and did a good job. How about the time? Really long. And then I also love another thing in this meeting tonight is the feedbacks from the audience. I think it's so crazy and so hard, especially Charlotte. Cheers for every speaker who stand on stage. I also find our audience take a lot of pictures for speakers. And I find when the audience love the performance of the speakers will think it's a good rewards because they spend a lot of time to prepare, not only prepare for the script, but also prepare for the props. I think Circle prepare the most props tonight.
I rehearsed this story for my whole life.
I noticed that you are asking for the tour maybe 1 month or 2 months ago.
Yeah.
You prepare for it. And I think 2 or 3 of the speakers just like deliver a movie, just like present a movie or a stage show. I would like to point out is Circle and Charlotte, just like a movie. And I think Circle's speech is just like a movie I thought last month. It just tell us the story, and it's very suspicious. And then under a line, for example, you turn on the lights, and at that movie there's also a cut line. After the cut line, go back to the time, just like a retrospect story. Tell us what happened behind the scene. It's very interesting, and almost similar, almost the same to the movie. It's very interesting. And also for Charlotte, no timer. Also for Charlotte, I think it's just like reading a novel. A very well-designed dialogues and scenarios. One suggestion for you is to louder your volume a little bit slow. The volume is a little bit low, but that's still great. All the audience can feel the fear, the frightening environments. You are still awake. So your conclusions are all very well designed. Did you notice that? Because I wrote down all the opening, all the body, and all the conclusion. Oh, green light. I love it. I wait until yellow light to see it. But I think it's pretty much like this. There are two evaluators, written evaluator for our speakers. But I believe all of the audience tonight will give a lot of feedbacks to the speakers. Thanks for your efforts. You spend a lot of time to prepare for it. And I really enjoyed such a special night because we seldom heard of these stories. Just like one guest mentioned, maybe the friends of Sherry. She said she haven't heard of ghost story for a long time. Me too. No one will tell ghost story to me. And tonight, several of them is true, and some of your story totally designed by yourself, but not true. I guess they are all true stories. I enjoyed it tonight. I see the red light, so good. Turn my control back to I forgot you. Okay. So enjoy the time.
Aaron
0.
Cindy 1, Yo-Yo 0, Lisa 3, Circle 0, Charlotte 0, Jeannie 8, Jackie 0, Foster 3, Sher 5,
5.
Simon 2, Charlotte 2.
Okay, thank you. How about me? How many hours do I have? Tell me next time. Okay, turn my control back to TME. Thank you.